And y'all already know what it is. We are back with another episode of Player versus Team, aka PVT. And y'all see I'm back with a full panel. What's up with my guys?
What's up, bro?
You already know what the deal is. I'm back. We're here. I got to do it one time. Steaming, Willie beaming.
We here, we there.
Moo didn't do it. I don't know why he didn't do it, but yeah.
We here, we there, we everywhere. So beware.
Hello.
God, I missed that show.
Welcome back to the panel, fellas. The show missed you guys. Okay, the show missed you guys a lot. It was very lonely without you guys. Both figures.
Oh no, Michelle, we here.
But y'all know how we like to start off hot, fellas. Had a little conversation backstage, so let's go ahead and bring it front stage. What is your gaming console of choice, and why? Is there some type of sentimental value behind it? Did you grow up playing it? Is it the first system that you got and you kind of just stuck with it? Like, what is the reason why you chose the gaming console in which you choose to game with to this day? And DJ, I'm gonna start with you.
To gain clarity, are we talking about series, as in like the Nintendo series, the Sony series, the Microsoft series, or are we talking about like a specific console?
I mean, we're talking a specific way of gaming, I guess, if I can put it that way, right? Are you more
Are we console or PC?
You know, console. Are you more like handheld? Do you like to be on the go? Like, what is your go-to?
Okay.
I'm about to say something that's probably a little controversial, but it probably ain't for my real nerd, my real nerds out there. My favorite thing to, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this on YouTube. God damn. My favorite way to play, and it to Moo's point, and my whole sentimental value, that might be it, but I don't know. I like PC because PC has emulators.
Okay.
And I can emulate all my favorite games from when I was younger growing up. On this laptop or on this desktop I have inside this computer room here at my house, I got an N64 emulator. That bitch got Blitz. It got the original Super Smash Brothers on 64. It got Mario Kart 64. It got Mario Party on 64. It got WWF No Mercy going on for people out there. And I think Willie noticed. I don't know if you know Moo, but I got a PS2 emulator. Yes, I have a BIOS. I absolutely do have a BIOS, Willie. So if you need a BIOS, get with me. I do have one. Okay. Every now and then I'll play Vice City. I'll play Sly Cooper. I'm getting deep in. Yeah, I'm getting deep into some gaming here. Jack and Dexter. But with all that being said, I feel like console is still more importantly PlayStation. I like the PlayStation controller. So, and I can use the PlayStation controller through Bluetooth or MIDI and just program the controller to my PC and play like that, whether it be NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat on Sega. For those of you that know, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, you know, if you know, you know. So that's why I said my take was going to be controversial. My favorite thing to do is play emulators, and it's because I'm not really into a lot of games now. And it's not saying that they suck or anything, but they're too focused on graphics than to actually make a great story. So yes, it's a sentimental value thing for me, Moo.
I can understand that. That's a man of the classics. I definitely understand that. Okay, Willie, how about you?
It's gonna be handheld. I have a Embernate RG556, which is not only my emulation machine, but it's also for my current where I play Genshin Impact. I also love my OG Switch. I play a lot of Pokemon. I'm a VGC player, so I play a lot of Pokemon. So my favorite way to go, because I have I also have the 304, the 3, how do they say it? 3XX4, I think it is for Embernic as well, which is a smaller emulation machine that I take with me. But yeah, probably handheld because I play a lot of Pokemon and I play a lot of emulation on the go.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
I was just gonna ask that.
Lucario. My favorite one. And with X and Y making a X and Y coming back. Sort of. It's a remake.
Un
it- it-
Unpopular opinion. My favorite Pokemon game will always be Pokemon Stadium on
see,
Nintendo 64.
I like Stadium. It was good for its time.
It was.
But with Champions coming out, I think that might surpass
Now,
It could.
that.
I will say with Champions coming out, it's going to give us a different aspect of just how intricate being a Pokemon trainer really is. Because so that's going to be.
And with Mega Evolution coming back, I get Mega Lucario. Awesome. You get Mega Garchomp. You get everybody's Mega back. Some Megas are good. Mega Metagross was awesome. Some Megas were bad.
And don't forget OG Pokemon Snap. That was my shit.
I forgot Pokemon Snap. Yeah.
Pokemon Snap was crazy.
That was crazy good.
Had to throw gas balls to get Pokemon out of hiding.
Yeah, see that one. That was outside.
Yep.
It wasn't outside for that, man. You feel me? Kind of sneaking.
The game I never, and I forget the name of it. I never got to play that Pokemon Overworld game that came out. I played Tournament, but I can't think of the other one that you're actually in the world and you can fight as you're traveling throughout the world, the Pokemon can fight each other. I forgot the name of that damn game, but I never got to play it. Let me see if I can't find it real quick because everybody keeps telling me it's good, but I haven't had a chance to really try it and play it. Let me see real quick.
That concept sounds real familiar. I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't put the name on it either. But while you find that, me personally, I was always a console person. There was a point in time where I was like strictly handheld until I got. I think I got it until I got my PlayStation 3. Honestly.
Oh, Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite. Yep, that's I never got to play that one either, but I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
So, Moo, were you a PSP player?
I was religiously, actually. I'm actually working on getting another one. Just because I missed the gameplay. The PSP.
I'm not gonna lie, Game Boy Advance is my shit. That Legend of Goku #2. But
That was
look,
crazy.
And it's crazy because I understand the handheld factor, right? Because like I said, growing up, my first console was like a Sega Genesis with the joystick. You know what I mean? Like playing Pong and freaking what's it called? Streets of Rage. You know what I mean?
Streets of Rage.
You know what I mean? I'm taking it back.
You too young to know about Streets of Rage, man.
I'm taking it back, man. You know what I mean? Like I was really outside when it came to the game, and so a lot of the times I thought like I was a console kid, but I realized like I didn't really realize how much I like gaming on the go until I got to like middle school and I got my PSP, and I'm just like, bro, like I can gaming anywhere is legitimately where it's at. Like
Streets of Rage 2 was the best one.
Let me ask you a question then, because we're talking about our favorite types of gaming. Does arcade gaming count as a type of gaming? Because I really prefer arcade over everything.
Yes, it does.
That old Avengers tabletop and that old and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Galaga.
Galaga, yep. It was a regular.
Yeah.
Pole position, cruising USA.
Yep.
Cruising world.
Popeye.
Yep.
Popeye, man. Come on.
Hey, the Simpsons game.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter's
base. That was Street Fighter's base. Was the tabletop.
Arcade.
Yep.
Marvel versus Capcom, the original. Oh my god.
The original.
Marvel Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking, man, I ain't gonna say in front. I won so much money taking money from dudes playing that game. Man.
Gosh. Candy was on y'all something crazy at the arcade because that's all I was doing was taking niggas for their money.
I broke up with my girlfriend over that shit. She was watching me play. She wanted to get something to eat. She said, I'm not gonna sit here and watch you play this all day. Bye, bitch.
All right, bye.
I'm I'm gonna tell you one thing. The most underrated arcade game of all time for me, right? Just for me. Hydro Thunder. Hydro Thunder was that shit.
Hydro Thunder was fire. That was a really good game. That was a really good game. Yeah.
I really do prefer the arcade style because you put 4, 5, and 6 people up there at a time, especially if you're playing Blitz and you get 2 people playing 2 people.
Man,
look. And then you know this how you know I'm an OG of arcade gaming. You be like, you know what? I don't want to play Blitz. I want to play basketball. NBA Showtime.
That WWE tabletop was good too. The WBF, I should say. I'm sorry. The WBF, I should say. It was WBF back then.
WBF back then, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to get down with personally with the arcade games. I used to get down with the Metal Slug and the Time Crisis.
Y'all know y'all love. Don't even lie. Y'all know y'all love Kubrick back then.
Okay.
So you ain't gotta bust me out though. You feel me?
What about the Jurassic Park one?
Oh God, yes.
Ooh,
yes.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on. That Jurassic Park.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, I know a lot of people on PlayStation back then and shit like that. But the first time I ever played Tekken 3 was on arcade. And I was tearing people the fuck up with Eddie.
Tekken at an arcade would literally cause a Tekken match outside of the game. Like Tekken was that y'all don't understand how serious it was. And
Tekken Street Fighter for the PSP was good too.
You know what I mean? Like, and it was so serious to where you had characters that people would not allow you to use. These are random ass people you've never seen before in your life. But they know the game so much that if you pulled up to the arcade trying to use this character or one of these characters, no.
Well, since we're on the subject, I'm pretty sure both of y'all play Tekken. Who's your go-to character?
For me, Nina.
See, that's why I know you can really play.
For me, Nina.
See, most people was gonna go with the
Eddie or Christie.
Eddie, Christie.
Didn't Nina come out with her own game?
I don't know.
She did. I'm gonna have to look that up.
My favorite person to play with might have been Horang.
Ooh,
Horang was fire.
Yeah, he was fire. Yeah,
him or Armor King. Those are my guys, man.
Yeah.
But I think if you really like a OG of the game, you have to play with what is it? Brian. You got to be able to play with. You got to be able to play with Brian if you're an OG of the game.
Yeah.
Like Brian is your typical Street Fighter. What was I don't know how to say. I don't know if it's Lee or Lay or whatever this dude name is. But Lei. I don't know how to say his name. He was the drunken master.
He was a drunken master.
Yeah.
Because Street Fighter had someone like that too. I'm shocked Jane brought up Killer Instinct or Samurai Showdown. I sure knew it, boy.
Oh, speaking of Killer Instinct, what about Killer Instinct?
You better put some respect on Black Orchid's name.
What about Killer Instinct on the original Game Boy?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I remember getting my Game Boy taken away because I played that game so fucking much.
Soul Calibur boy, the original Soul Blade with Ivy.
With Ivy, yes, sir. Come on.
Hey, I know we're going. Valdo. Let me tell you my player on Killer Instinct, and y'all gonna laugh. But you see that motherfucker Galactus, I'm gonna kick your ass, Galacticus, the nigga that shoot the snowballs and shit. I'm gonna kick y'all ass with Galacticus every time.
Yeah. Oh man.
Him and the wolf. I can't think of the wolf name right now.
Put some respect on Black Orchid's name.
What is that wolf's name? It's something.
Cyber something, I thought.
Yeah, Cyber something.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Yoshimitsu.
Oh.
Yeah, sleeper.
Now, Willie, Willie, you'll appreciate this because you know who, even though they're not the best player I play, you know who's one of my favorite players to play with in Tekken?
Who?
And Moo, we gonna find out if you're a true OG at Tekken. Stephanie, the
Yeah.
mother, not the daughter,
Look,
the mother.
The mama.
Ooh,
The mom, boy.
And if you really knew how to use Stephanie, you was cold.
Yeah, boy.
You know who else? If you know how to use Zayu, you raw than a bitch.
If you know how to use IU, I'm not playing you.
Yeah.
I'm not playing you. If you know how to use IU, like how he's, I'm not playing you. I'm not playing you.
See, y'all are talking about all these games, but you know what?
Saberwolf.
Saberwolf. See, y'all talking about all these games, but what y'all know about Dead or Alive?
I remember Dead or Alive. I remember that, and I remember the volleyball game.
Oh wow, yeah. I forgot about the volleyball game.
The volleyball game was different. I'm not gonna lie. The volleyball game was
Them real physics, boy. Them real physics.
Yeah,
boy.
you know what I mean? You really had to be.
But you ain't think about it then. You was a kid. You didn't really think about it then. But now
you don't think about the danger of it.
You don't think about the danger of it. But now, boy, they be like Wonder Woman. When you look at Linda Carter and you was a kid, you ain't really think about it. But you look at her now when you grown. Woo.
That's a fair point. I'm not gonna lie.
She's stacked. She's hot.
Yes. Yes. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it's for me. It was always handheld until I guess we started to transition away from more handhelds and started to go towards the console era, and then Nintendo Switch came out. We had the PSP Vita for a while, but and then now, of course, we got the new Xbox handheld, we got the PlayStation handheld and stuff like that. So the generation of handheld is starting to come back.
The process.
I don't think it ever went away because even during that time, Nintendo 3D and Nintendo 3DS was reigning supreme over a lot of shit.
Fire.
Also,
but the price of this shit is.
I just found one of mine actually. Let's go about it.
But the price of this shit is getting too goddamn. But the price of this shit is getting too goddamn high.
Yep.
So I would even consider, and I know a lot of people be like, "Well, that's a console," but I would even consider the Wii a handheld because you had to hold the remote.
True.
Like you had to move the remote and everything.
True.
But
low key.
See, here's what these youngsters don't know. Handheld's been running the game. How do I know this? If you are a real gamer, you go back to Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis had a handheld where you put the little cartridge in that you had on your regular Sega for the games. And I used to play Sonic 2 all the time on the handheld Sega.
Yes, you used to play Sonic.
Game Gear.
How about the Super Nintendo that came out with the Game Boy cartridge and you plug it in, you turn it on, and you play your Game Boy game.
Adapter. Yep. Came with that adapter.
Yep. I'm just saying. Then you go on to Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 3D, Nintendo 3DS, PSP, PS Vita. It never went away. Now you take the Switch and the Switch doubles as console and handheld. And if you was true to the gaming back in the day, you could sit there and take your NCAA player, save it, transfer it to your handheld game when you going on a road trip, put the game in, keep on playing, transfer that motherfucker back out when you get home, keep on playing, and then transfer your player in college to Madden. These boys don't know, man.
That's the thing. They don't know. They don't know. And it's crazy how technologically sound we was back in the day without even understanding it, right? Like we're talking about we're children understanding how to transfer files and how to essentially move code from one device to another, right? Not even understanding that, right? Like that is the beautiful, right? The beautiful disaster that there is of gaming, right? Like,
hey, boys don't know about that 16 player Halo 1. They don't know about that 16 player Halo. When you had to have 4 TVs in one room and connect through extensions. Boys don't know about your controller not shaking and got to enter a rumble pack for that shit to hit. And boys don't know about entering a memory card in the PS2 and saving the game.
God.
They don't even know
Ooh,
about.
game on.
They don't know
They
anything.
don't even
They
know
don't-
about downloading CDs on the first Xbox, and that was monumental.
They don't know anything about that virtual memory card on the Sega Dreamcast. They don't know nothing about that.
Come
Nothing.
on.
Nothing. Hey, and typically, in a roundabout way, we need to thank gaming, because if it wasn't for gaming, we wouldn't have NIL.
Yeah.
That's
We wouldn't
fair.
have NIL.
That's valid. as
Hey
hell.
Willie, I got one for you. Boys don't know about the N64 that didn't come with the extension pack.
Hell
So
no,
you
they
had
don't
to
know
put-
about that.
Hey,
Hell
hey,
no.
so when you had the expansion pack, you didn't have to have a memory card in
Nope.
your controller.
Nope.
You save it to the memory pack. But
Yep.
if you didn't have a memory pack, you had to
You have
have that
the
extension
extension,
card in
yep.
your control.
Mhm.
But they don't know. They don't know.
They don't know nothing
Move,
about that.
move. They don't know. They don't know,
They
dog. They
wasn't
don't know.
outside.
Nothing about
They
that.
wasn't outside or inside. You feel me? Because y'all wasn't even there when we had to leave the goddamn console, the system on, because Moms wasn't buying us a memory card because she didn't get paid or because she just bought us the console and it didn't come with the memory card. So now we just got to leave the system on.
Bruh.
Yep.
My mom got me my PS2 from Rent a Center and paid that bitch off. We were playing. See, this how you know. I played Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and Cell was the hardest villain on planet Earth. We left home in like 2 and left that bitch on to like 11, 12 to come back and finally beat that bitch.
Mhm.
And we left it on all night because we wanted to
Mhm.
get up and play with all the players
Yep.
because we didn't have a memory card.
Memory card.
Yeah,
Yep.
memory card.
Yep. Yep.
Had to leave it on. Had
Yep.
to leave it
And
on.
for all you out there, this is how crazy it is. The memory card was 24 megabytes,
24
not gigs, not
Megabytes.
gigabytes,
Megabytes.
megabytes.
and then your game saved in kilobytes. That's how crazy that shit was.
And what you're looking at now? What you're looking at now? That damn Nintendo Switch 2 Micro Express card. Fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you.
they brought the memory card back?
It's a Micro Express SD card that you have to put in the Nintendo Switch 2 to save everything. Fuck you, Nintendo. That bitch $80. We ain't seen a SD card be that much since the PSP memory card. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Or PS Vita card. Y'all memory card. Y'all remember that? $80.
$80, bro.
Fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you.
I paid 75 for my Xbox 360 external hard drive because I didn't know the difference.
I did too.
And then I bought like a 80 or 100 gigabyte or whatever it was external that you plug into your shit on the side of the system.
Yeah, the side of the system. Yep.
And see, if I was big now how I am the way I was back then in 2K, I'd be smashing people online because when I used to play, like at one point my record was like 95-1 on 2K. At one point.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all get into gaming and y'all start really doing well with my player, NBA 2K, NFL 2K, don't give your shot. Don't give your girl access to shit. Don't give her access to nothing. No.
Oh yeah, I done seen all the videos.
No, yeah, don't do that shit. That's something y'all can't. That's something y'all can't do together.
You want to know what's crazy, right? Speaking of 2K and Madden, right? Before we had 2Ks and the Maddens, right? And we've always had, you know what I'm saying, Madden, right? Madden's been around since the 90s, but before we had the 2Ks, before we
live,
come on, NBA Live, but even before the true NBA Live era, the NBA Street era.
Well, okay, hold on.
Era,
I'm not gonna say NBA Street and NFL Street before Live because you got to remember Live goes all the way back to '94 on Super Nintendo.
But as far as eras go, we understand. You know, you got your Live era, you got your 2K era. That NFL NBA Street era, where it was strictly just 1-on-1, 2-on-2 fades, NFL NBA Street. I'm talking about legendary gaming right there.
Don't forget about NFL Quarterback Club.
Come on, man.
Don't forget about NFL Quarterback Club.
Okay, since you want to do that, don't forget about NBA Ballers.
Nope. Don't forget about that neither. Yep.
Oh my goodness, NBA Ballers.
Yep. That's some.
All right, man. Look. We've
That's
been on
ridiculous.
gaming for 25 minutes. Let's move on.
This whole show gonna be about gaming.
It's crazy because it really could. We could really just go on a whole soliloquy about gaming and a whole bunch of nostalgic stuff. But that's not why we here. You feel me? That is our nerd question of the day. Y'all understand how we get down. If y'all want to see more nerd stuff, if y'all want to see more gaming, anime, cartoons, comics, etc., make sure you tune into the Geek Gauntlet podcast on Saturday, featuring my boy, the host, Willie. He gonna get you guys right with everything that you guys need to know about.
Hey,
gaming,
before we move on, I just checked the score of the game, and what the fuck is going on?
Indiana doing that thing.
102 to 80.
Indiana doing that thing, boy.
They working, and they are working. So let's go ahead and start there before we get into this other basketball stuff that's going on around the NBA. Game 6. I did not think that. I thought, me personally, called OKC in 6.
Me too.
I said 7.
The Pacers said, we are here. We are coming to play, and we're not laying down easy. But before we get into analysis of the game, I want to ask you fellas a question. As far as the reception of the finals go, right? A lot of people are saying this is a boring finals. This finals isn't eventful, blah, blah, blah. There's no names, etc., right? I want to ask you guys this. With this going to a game 7, right? Which is probably one of the first time we've seen things since Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Do you think the finals has lost its pizzazz? I asked that question paired with this question. Do you think that they dropped the ball on the finals advertising, right? Because you understand they come out with the jerseys, they do the court up with the trophy in the middle and all the crazy stuff like that, right? So do you think that with the lack, I guess, of a big name superstar, right, i.e. a Steph, a LeBron, Giannis, Jason Tatum, etc., right, the two small market teams in the finals, and compared to the NBA not necessarily doing their due justice in advertising the finals, do you think do we see a big problem in the future of the NBA? Willie, I'm gonna start with you on this one.
I think it takes you to construct your teams differently than what we've seen before. It's not going to be, one superstar, 2 superstars, 3 superstars in a cloud of dust. I think now you're going to see 1, maybe 2 superstars go in and be able to center around the rest of that team to be successful. I said the other day, if Indiana wins, this changes how you construct a team. OKC wins. It's sort of kind of going to construct it because they had those draft picks. That front office is just amazing, OKC, by the way. But I think the NBA did drop the ball a little bit with marketability because you do have 2 small market teams. And I remember a lot of people texting me saying this finals is going to suck. Ain't nobody going to watch it. But we've had some compelling stuff that's going on in this finals. We've had the other team win on each other's home floor. We've had some bad performances from the superstars in the league. So I think and then you look at the conspiracy part of it. Scott Foster, I think, refereed tonight. So that tells you all that you need to know right there. So they're going to try to get 7 games out of this, and that's where it's going. So I think they did do a bad job with marketability because the ratings should be higher than what they are. And I do think it changes things down the road as far as the way teams are constructed.
Well, I don't think they advertised it bad. I just think a lot of people don't have interest in either. Because if it was the Lakers and the Celtics, everybody be interested.
Hell yeah.
Right? And the amount of marketability they did use would have been perfect. Everybody wouldn't have complained about it being marketable and this and that. Here's the thing, okay? And both of you will understand this. If you're not a diehard basketball fan, this finals ain't for you.
Nope.
Because y'all said, well, not y'all, but the question was like, when you're lacking a superstar, it's not lacking a superstar. They got SGA. It's not lacking marketability, right? It's not lacking marketability because all the games can be seen in every part of the USA and the world now because of the internet.
Yep.
The problem is SGA and Tyrese did not show out in the Olympics for global superstardom, right? You could be a superstar in America and not be global. And then you could be a superstar global, but not be an American superstar. And like the perfect example of
Manu Ginobili.
Manu Ginobili, Patty Mills, what's the old boy name? Delfino. These guys are known as global stars because when the Olympics came around, they were the best players on it. Drazen Petrovic. These guys were the best players on their team. They are Sabonis. They are international players that made the league. And then when it comes to performing globally and playing with teams they grew up with, you blow up. Like there's very little. Well, not very little anymore. You get a lot of world players that come through and I think that's a difference now. You just can't be a star or superstar in America anymore because your numbers will fall off and lack in the ratings because it's so accessible to so many different countries. America alone isn't good enough no more, right? And that's it. SGA, he's Canadian. I don't consider him a global superstar, and people are gonna be like, well, he's not from America, but he's from North America. He's still on this side of the world, right? And by this side of the world, I mean the northwestern hemisphere, where you're talking about America, USA, Mexico, and Canada, right? So I don't think marketability lacks, but these teams don't have, neither one of these teams have an international global superstar, right? But as far as the gaming goes and the game goes, and everybody talking about we're not watching because the games have been fucking phenomenal. The games have been phenomenal. Granted, there's been a lot of turnovers, but it's not like a lot of throw the ball away or negligent turnovers. Like people are stealing the ball and going on fast breaks. They playing passing lanes and getting fast. This series, I already knew ahead of time was going to be exciting because OKC likes to play with pace. Indiana likes to play with pace, even though Indiana has a faster pace. OKC, which was either the number one or number two defense all year, was going against Indiana, which was the number 1, 2, or 3 offense all year, especially in terms of pace. And that's what we're seeing, a struggle of pace. And if you don't really like basketball, you're not going to want to see a struggle of pace. You just want a close game every time. But for people like us, we're watching we're watching for the game inside the game. Okay, so SGA is guarding Tyrese right now. Let's see what's going on. Tyrese pulled in a miss. All right, let me see. SGA come back. He answered. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. And this series, no matter what nobody says, right? People gonna say what they say. This series right here solidified Jaden Williams.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
This series right here solidified him. He made the All-Star game this year, and a lot of people question whether he should be an All-Star or not. That shit is done. He was definitely deserving of an All-Star. And as far as Indiana goes, it's obvious that they got it right, and I hate to say this because a lot of people will backlash at me. They got it right when they gave Pascal Siakam the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. They got it right. They absolutely got it right. Pascal Siakam, while he might not be a superstar, he's an all-star and a franchise player. He did it with Kawhi. Now he's doing it with an even lesser. And I'm not saying Tyrese is not a good player, but he's doing it with a lesser player. And then you got boys in Indiana. A lot of people never heard of Neesmith. A lot of people never heard of Nembhard. And Nembhard and Neesmith is the reason why they won that first game. And I know everybody.
TJ McConnell.
And I know a lot of people were sitting here and Miles Turner, especially in game one, when push came to shove. So like You got one superstar. You got a superstar and an all-star versus a franchise player and an all-star. Throw the ball up and let the best man win. But I don't care what nobody. We're getting some of the best finals basketball we've had in a while because most of the other times it's been uneven altogether.
Yep.
This right here is as even as it gets.
And can I add something to your soliloquy real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you look at this from a game within the game standpoint, I've never seen two coaches do a better job of doing adjustments.
Yes,
from game to game. I've never seen that. I've never seen it like that.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And to your Pascal Siakam point, remember, he's really the only player in this whole series with finals experience. So he had to come up big, and he's been coming up big.
That is a good point.
And he's been coming up big. So yeah, man.
Outside of Caruso, he's literally the only other
outside of Caruso winning that one chip.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Caruso.
Outside winning that one chip. Yep.
He's literally the only champion on the floor involved in the series.
Y'all had Caruso, Willie.
We had him, man. We had him. And now it's a question if we're gonna keep Giddey. So we gotta see. Which is a damn shame we ain't get no draft pick for him either. But I digress.
What about Lonzo?
Do
that. Do Lonzo.
I think Lonzo gone.
But
if you keeping Kobe White, Lonzo got to go.
I'll take him in Houston. Revive any kind of career he got. We'll take him in Houston.
I can have him, cuz.
I'll take him and hope for the best because we don't really need him, but he can sit back, coast, and rehab as much as he needs. So
yeah, because y'all built like that. Y'all built like that he can actually take that time off the heel. Whereas fans in Chicago, what you doing? We need you on the floor.
That's fair,
right?
That's fair. That's fair. I think when it comes to this series, or when it comes to this, I guess these two teams as a whole, as far as the marketing, the advertisement goes, when it comes to the NBA. I think I'm not going to say they necessarily dropped the ball. It is kind of interesting that they didn't, do up the court like they would normally do. They kind of just added the holograms on screen when it came to YouTube.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. But as far as the narrative that people weren't going to tune into this finals, or this finals is boring. Like DJ Michael B said, bro, this is one of the best finals I've watched in a while, right? You got one team that everybody essentially counted out, another team that everybody expected to be here, but they're fighting back and forth. This is literally a back and forth matchup between a team that started off really slow and everybody, like I said, wrote them off early, right? We understand the Tyrese Halliburton narrative, the overrated, and OKC being the number one, right? And here we are going to a game 7, right? Like DJ said, we've had close games relatively all series, right? This isn't like somebody's getting blown out here and somebody's getting blown out there. This is probably the biggest margin of victory in this whole series that we've had, right? Yeah. And still, this game was entertaining, right? So, it's just crazy to me how people will claim to be basketball fans. People will claim to understand or claim to understand the game of basketball and claim to watch the game of basketball. But say a series like this, a finals like this, where we're getting to game 7, when we haven't got in a while, haven't gotten a long time, true competitive basketball with two young teams and they're trying to figure out who's going to be the next top dog. It don't get no better than this. This is basketball. This is what we want, true competitive basketball. And I think it comes to Willie's point where a lot of teams are going to start to transition back to this form, right?
Mm-hmm. There's
not going to be through 2 or 3 superstars, a big 3, even really much a big 2, right? You're going to have a 1, you're going to have a 2, you're going to have a 3, and you're going to have a whole bunch of bench guys that's going to fill in and do their job and do their role. And that's how teams are going to be built now, because one, no matter what y'all say, people want to.
No matter what the people say,
exactly.
The GMs, the owners, they want to stay under the luxury tax.
Mm-hmm.
They seen what happened to the Warriors. They seen what happened to the Lakers. They seen what happened to the Celtics. They're like, we're not doing that. So we're going to build our team in a constructive way that's going to help us be successful. and on top of that, keep us below that market price. So when you see, and I get it, it's new, right? Well, not new for us, but probably new for a lot of these young basketball fans. They haven't seen true teams go to the NBA Finals and be successful, right? We came up, we've seen teams, right? Like outside of, and even with the Jordans, right? Outside of the Lakers and all of the other superstar studded teams, I guess, right? Like we've seen actual teams get to the finals and win.
94, 95 Rockets.
I was just gonna bring them up. 94, 95 Rockets.
Don't forget those 2000 team Pistons.
No,
2004 Pistons. Even here's one for you that makes even a lot more sense than people give credit for. And it's the team that the Spurs beat, the 2002 and 2003 New Jersey Nets team. When Kmart was a all-star, J. Kidd was a superstar, and then Richard Jefferson was the third guy, or Kerry Kittles, who on any given night, either one of them could have been the third scorer. Kerry Kittles or Richard Jefferson. It was just good teams. Like, and that's what we mean. Like, okay, the era of stacking is over, because stacking your team means you handicap the rest of your roster. And now when they redid it and they made the luxury tax every year in the luxury tax, that shit shoots up and up and up and up. And Golden State got out of it right on time when they let Kevin Durant walk. Right on time. So like a team like, and this the series I think is the last series before this one where I consider like really good teams. Even though, because at this point I didn't consider Chris Paul a superstar, but I did consider Devin Booker a superstar of the team. It was the Bucks versus the Suns. That was a really good series. Yeah. And ever since then, when you go into the finals, it's like you already know who's going to win. Like the only year that surprised me, and I will be the first to say, the only year that actually surprised me was when Steph Curry won his 4th ring. That was the only year, and he didn't surprise me by winning the finals. He didn't surprise me by winning the finals. They surprised me by getting the fuck out the West.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Yeah, that was
a big year.
Not by winning the finals, but getting out of the West.
Yeah.
That was a big year. And even though the Warriors won in 6, right? You still can't ignore how competitive that series was, right? So when you compare that's my point, right? So when you compare that series to this series, right? That went to 6. We got a 7-game series here between two teams that, like I said, one team we virtually wrote off at the beginning of this season, right? And another team that like everybody expected them to be here, but we have a game 7 between them. I don't think you guys understand like the nature of that.
I would just like to also point out, I said last year and I said this year, when the Knicks and the Pacers was playing, I was like, well, last year the Knicks were hurt, but Moo will tell you this. I think Willie be able to tell you this too. I sat here and said DiVincenzo was going to be a bigger loss than the New York Knicks anticipated, because last year during their playoff run, he was the second guy. Now Karl Anthony Towns and Julius Randle was out. Dante DiVincenzo was the guy, the second guy after Jalen Brunson, and they don't have that anymore. And it was like, well, they got Cat, and I was like, I like Cat, but it's not an inside game no more. And they went away. New York had something going with that Villanova connection, and then they went away by trading DiVincenzo and keeping Josh Hart. But they still have Mikal Bridges or whatever. But god damn, bro, it was like you broke up the people that would have got you there last year had Jalen Brunson not got hurt.
And
granted, what you was gonna say, Willie? Go ahead.
I was about to say, and they changed it to philosophy, because they went from the being a defensive team to a primarily offensive team. But my issue was Thibodeau ain't never been no offensive coach.
That's the reason why they don't run off.
He's never been an offensive coach, and I didn't get that, because that trade happened to give the Knicks more offense and took from the defensive side. I never got that.
And that's my problem. I said last year after they lost, I was like, if I'm the Knicks, I would run it back before I do any drastic changes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got one game out, and you lost game 7 to Indiana. But when you lost game 7 to Indiana, Jalen Brunson was out.
Yep.
Julius Randle didn't play the whole time. Like, you had all these injured guys. I'm like, you owe these guys to run it back, because I felt like if they would have run it back with Julius Randle, they probably would have been in the conference finals this year. Because Julius Randle really is. People forget last year, and Willie, I think you brought this up one day. People forget last year, Julius Randle was an All-NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
Sure was.
Yep.
He really was. Like, Julius Randle was averaging 20 plus, 10 plus, 5 plus easily.
Yep.
And it's just like, I'm not saying Cat can't do that, but when you need an absolute dog to go score, that's not Cat.
Nope.
That's Anthony Edwards when he was on the Timberwolves. And I mean, if I was constructing the team, I would never draft Cat. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He too soft.
Traded for Cat. You would have traded for Cat? Yeah, me neither. I would have run it back at least one more time. One more time.
As far as Minnesota go, though, it's time to get rid of Rudy Gobert. He can't do shit for you.
Rudy hurts you in so many freaking ways, man. He hurts you in so many ways. Yeah, he hurts a lot more than help. He ain't got no jumper. He ain't got no jumper. He ain't got no post game. He ain't got nothing that can help you win.
I ain't gonna lie though. Shout out to the Rockets, because I sat there and said, if Steven Adams walks away from the Rockets, Minnesota should grab him tomorrow and cut Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I know I would. I know I would.
Definitely. But we have a game 7. I presume it's going to be Sunday.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday at 7.
So it's going to be Sunday at 7. Predictions? Do or die.
OKC.
OKC at home.
Okay,
just because they're home.
Oh, because they're at home. That's the only reason why they're at home.
Man,
they're at home.
Moo, I'm gonna tell you this: if Indiana pulls off a win at OKC in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, this will be the biggest upset since Golden State versus Cleveland. I'm telling you.
And it also shows you that OKC ain't ready to be that team. Look, those boys are still young. Their average age is like 25, 26.
Yeah, this is true.
So it shows you if they lose this, they're not ready to be that team yet.
But I will also say this, right? Halliburton is hurt. He got a 50-50, but they blew him out tonight. If Indiana was to win Game 7 with a hurt Halliburton, Pascal Siakam becomes a superstar in the NBA. Has to be, because he will have to be the one to win Finals MVP.
Yeah,
it would have to be on the back of him. So that's fair.
Who covers him in Game 7? You putting Chet on him, or you putting Williams on him?
Man, you better put Jesus on him and hope for the best.
Yep.
See, the thing about Pascal Siakam, and I know everybody always talks about the mid-range games. Pascal Siakam can hurt you, whether he's slashing, whether he's shooting mid-range, and whether he's shooting three-pointers. The problem is people tend to lag off him, centering around the more dynamic player. And then he's like, he passed the ball to another star player. Oh, shit, that's probably going in. Whereas outside of I'm going to say, because a lot of people ain't saying it, okay? Nobody's saying it, but I'm going to say it. SGA is not a point guard.
No, hell no.
He's more of a 2.
He's more of a 2 guard.
He's definitely a 2. But the fact that he has to play point guard a lot hinders him in so many ways, because he has to be the on-ball player all the time.
I think it
And
hurts
he
him too.
does get tired.
And I think it hurts him too because he can't. It's hard for him to really establish an offensive rhythm as the point. He needs to be playing off ball more.
One of SGA's biggest strengths, and to your point, Willie, one of his biggest strengths is athleticism.
Yep.
We all know when it comes to athleticism, what is the best type of player? A slasher.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And him having to handle the ball takes that out of takes the slashing off ball out of his hand.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot of players who's as fast as him, especially not on Indiana.
Mm-mm.
But nonetheless, we got a game 7. I'm excited for game 7. I can't wait for game 7. Maybe I'll pop on Gentlemen's Talk and do a live reaction show during the middle of the game. You never know what can happen at PBT.
You never know what
You
can
never
happen.
know. You never know. You never know.
And just to be, because I have a feeling I know who's going to win, but just to be on the other side of it, I'm going to go Pacers in overtime.
If you played, I see that call because it looked like to me you trying to play devil's advocate.
Absolutely.
In overtime.
Devil's advocate. That's a devil's advocate play right there. That's what that is.
When was the last time a finals went to overtime in game 7?
Damn, that's a great question.
Wasn't it Lakers Sixers? No. My bad. Damn. Why does Lakers Sixers come up in my brain?
Because they went into overtime against the Lakers, but that was game 1.
Yeah.
AD hit the big shot.
All right, so there's been 2 game 7s that went into overtime, both involving the Boston Celtics. 1957, the Celtics and the St. Louis Hawks. St. Louis Hawks ain't even a team anymore.
Nope.
And then in 1962, they beat the Los Angeles Lakers. I think that's Elgin Baylor's team.
Where
the Celtics won in overtime.
I wasn't born for neither one of them.
You wasn't born to go for either one of them.
Hell no. I wasn't even thought of a construct back then.
Nigga, my mom wasn't born. That's how I know your ass wasn't born.
Yeah, I'm taking Indy in OT. One. Oh, yeah, I'll even drop a score on y'all too. Give me one.
Oh, hold on. Let me ask you this. You willing to put jelly beans on it or money on it?
Oh, I throw some jelly beans on it. I got some jelly beans.
Clyde.
I got some jelly beans right here, man.
You got oh man.
I'm gonna put some jelly beans, man. What you need?
I got OKC is going to win 127 to 117. 10-point game.
10-point game?
I like that.
Only because Halliburton is injured. And I don't care how much you try to play through a hamstring injury, bro. It's not going to happen.
My problem is this. Why are you playing this man? Do you know that type of injury this man has can lead to an Achilles injury?
Mm-hmm.
Man, dude, but Willie, on the flip side, do you know you can sit him out and this might be the last time Indiana's in the NBA Finals?
That is true.
Got to capitalize on every opportunity.
Remember,
yeah.
Remember, Indiana was sitting Reggie Miller out that last season.
I remember.
Yeah, that's true.
We got to go for it, I guess.
Yeah.
What's next, Moo? What you got?
All right. In other news, as far as the NBA goes, the Lakers officially have sold for $10 billion. They have a new owner. It is the owner of the Dodgers. How are we feeling about a new regime as far as the Los Angeles Lakers go? Because it's not a new regime in LA because he's resides in LA. Of course, he's the Dodgers owner. But
Yep.
How do we feel about a new regime taking over the Lakers? No more Buss family as far as true ownership. Now, she does retain 15% stake and it's
She's the
going
governor
to
too, isn't she? She's still the governor, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still the governor. Yeah.
Man,
My thing is, they don't have to worry about the luxury tax anymore because you got an owner who can just pay that off like it ain't nothing. So
that is true. My
you
man
know,
is connected and got chicken like that.
he connected. So it might lead to a turnover in that roster. I don't know how, but it might lead to a turnover in that roster. Players might be more apt to say, I want to be a Laker now. So I don't know if it helps LeBron though, because by the time you get the team to championship contention,
he's not gonna be there.
yeah, he ain't gonna be there.
He's not gonna be there. He's gonna retire by then.
He's gonna be gone. He's gonna be gone. So
Yeah, we feeling.
I hope y'all don't ask me this question because, man, I am about to go crazy on this topic right here. Right? And when I say go crazy, I mean go crazy because I got a lot to say on this.
put the camera on him. Put the camera on him. Put the camera on him.
You want to
Let
see
him get
you might have to solo me for this one. You might have to solo me for this
Let him get that solo. Let him get out there. Let him get him out there.
Well, move solo.
Hold on, wait a minute. I got you. Give me a second. We gotta switch some things around real quick.
Watch, I was gonna still put move up there. Watch.
Hey, it's crazy because it just might. No,
Okay,
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, Moo and Will, I want y'all to listen to me well about how crazy this is between Jeannie Buss and the Buss family selling the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
This might be the craziest opinion you ever heard, or it might be it might be the craziest opinion you ever heard. But here's deep down and truly, I'm going to give y'all my full thing because damn, this made me really think. Think of how much I don't give a flying fuck about the Lakers and them selling their franchise. God damn it. What the fuck does that have to do with us? What does that have to do with us? I don't care. Nobody cares. This is not the Lakers from the 80s that's always on TV. It's not. Most people in LA have to buy League Pass. Most people in California have to buy League Pass to see this team. They have to. LeBron is on his team. You trade away LeBron, you put Luka here. Luka and LeBron lost in the first round. Why are y'all watching the fucking Lakers at this point? They are garbage. They've been garbage for the past 2 or 3 years. This is not surprising. If anything, Lakers fans should be rejoicing because they finally have an owner who should try to win. But at the end of the day, if Rob Pelinka is still your GM, you're going to be fucking garbage. That's it. Mic drop.
Mm-hmm. Amen, brother. Preach.
You heard what the man said. You heard what the man said. Okay? Nothing else needs to be said after that. Cooper Flag is apparently making friends, fellas, with his new, I guess, soon-to-be teammates. He has been spotted out with multiple Dallas players, leaving various restaurants or a restaurant with some teammates. Is this foreshadowing what's to come, or is there a chance that he may get traded for one?
Yeah, we already know. We already know he's going to the Mavs. We already know. But I will say this, guys. I remember DJ Michael B was talking about the Bucks picking him up if they do trade Giannis. I'm beginning to see what he sees on that. I don't know if it happens, but I'm beginning to see it because when you look at that when you look at that Milwaukee team, that Milwaukee team it's in need of a serious rebuild. So I'm starting to see what DJ Michael B seeing that. I'm starting to see it.
Well, I would just like to say the week after I said this, a move will sit here and attest. The week after I said that, and that's how I know motherfuckers be watching this damn show.
They do.
All of a sudden, Charles Barkley and Shaq were both talking about it.
Yep.
Willie, I tried to sit here and tell you.
You did.
It's all good and saying that Dallas won't trade that pick until Giannis Antetokounmpo is available. Nobody is available until they're available.
So they're available.
If and the reason I give that also, and Will, you remember this? I was like, you got to remember, Dame Lillard tore his Achilles. He's out for the season. So what is Milwaukee gonna do? Dame Lillard's out for the season.
Yep.
Giannis kind of wants to leave. He wants to stay there if they can make moves, but they don't got pieces to make moves unless they get rid of Bobby Portis and a couple of other guys. But at the end of the day, even if they do that, I really hate to say this. They should have probably held on to Chris Middleton a little bit longer instead of trading him.
I agree.
Because they got a pack of noodles and a bag of chips for Chris Middleton.
And Kyle Kuzma gonna be in Shanghai before
and shut up. Here you go. But more importantly, like I said, I think Dallas is in win now mode. And if you get somebody like Giannis, who's generally, I mean, obviously Giannis done missed some games or whatever, but Giannis is generally healthy. And you got somebody like Kyrie, and then you got somebody like AD who's normally injury prone. And Giannis could take upon those minutes and play 41 minutes a night and just keep them afloat till they get to the playoffs without playing Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving. Moo, you remember this 2 years ago when they made all the trades. Last season when they made all the trades for Luka and all that, I still love Dallas. Because Lively's good, Washington is good, Gafford is good. And you got Klay Thompson. Then when who did they trade for? Goddamn. Right now it doesn't matter. But Dallas, AD, you trade Luka for AD.
You trade for AD.
You have a really, really solid team that can make a noise. And I'm not saying that they're better than the Lakers or this and that. What I'm saying though is like, yo, y'all got some promise if you stay healthy, and we all know these niggas can't stay healthy.
And technically, if AD can stay healthy, you don't have to wait till 2026 to be competitive. If you get anything out of Klay and AD can stay healthy, they don't necessarily have to wait till 2026 to be healthy when Kyrie comes back. If you get Kyrie back, that just adds to it.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Which honestly would probably be smarter because you don't have to wait for a young kid to develop and figure out how to play their offense and play their style of basketball, and NBA style of basketball. You don't have to wait for his body to get acclimated. As much as people try to sit up here and say that Cooper Flag is NBA ready and he can come in and start, I just don't see it yet. And this is coming from somebody who is a Duke Blue Devil fan. Okay, I don't see it yet. I don't see him coming in and making an immediate impact when it comes to the play style of Dallas and the play style of the NBA. Right. It's not, I don't think it's his game necessarily translate yet. Not saying that it can't and that it won't. I think that he is going to develop very well. And I think the position that they have him, because right now I think he's out of position. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think where he's going to end up playing in the NBA is not where he's playing right now, or where he was playing in college. Right. They have him as a 3 guard in college, which I think they're probably going to make him be more of a true 3 than a 2. We understand that he can play the 2, but I think he's going to be more looked at as a true 3, and they might even try to rotate him as some 4 just so they can have some stretch 4 kind of business. They want to put AD back at the 5 and have a nice kind of big stretch big kind of thing going on to where you're athletic more on the inside and they can play inside out and outside in. But I'm still on the fence about Coop. I just don't see it necessarily being as successful as people think off rip. But I think if you add a Giannis with the team that you currently possess now, and even if you do add another young kid out of the draft, letting that guy develop into the system, develop into the team instead of trying to force him to come and play now, I think that'll work out better for the Mavericks. But I want to ask you guys a question before we get out of here. Caused a pretty good debate on TikTok and at work. So I thought I'd bring it here. The The question was, if the season ended right now, right, which it basically almost is over, right? Game 7 is in a few days. But if the season ended right now and Shai's career ended at this current moment, take into consideration his whole basketball career, going back into college, is his career better than Al Horford's?
Fuck no. I'm sorry, Willie. I'm sorry, Willie.
I agree. Go ahead, do your thing. I agree.
Yeah. I'm about to go first.
Go ahead.
But fuck no.
I agree. I agree.
Absolutely not. Number one, if his career was saying right now, he'd have no championships. We don't know what the fuck is gonna happen in Game 7. So we'll start there. Number two, Al Horford is one of the few players ever in NCAA history to win back-to-back. Al Horford played a huge role in winning with the Celtics championships. What is Al Horford is like a 6 or 7-time All-Star?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Al Horford was the focal point for the Atlanta Hawks with him and Joe Johnson. For a long time. He was the franchise player next to Joe Johnson. I
saw Joe.
Yeah, like no, I don't think Shai would be better. His averages would be higher just because he played less, obviously. But let's not forget, Moo. Let's not forget a couple of those bubble teams. One of those bubble teams, or before the bubble team in 2019, where the Clippers blew the lead, the 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. Shai was on that team too.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. Doc Rivers.
True.
Like, no. He wasn't OKC when they lost to the Rockets and things like that. But regardless, Shai's only been a star player for 2 years. Al Horford has been if Shai was to get hurt now and can never play again, Shai would not go in the Hall of Fame. Al Horford is going in the Hall of Fame right now. Based off of his college career coming into the NBA, like this is no, bro. I'm taking Al Horford's career all the way. Al Horford would be the Hall of Famer for this debate. And I'm not saying like Shai can't even, you know what I'm saying? Shai can't even catch him. But okay, so Al Horford's a 5-time All-Star. Obviously, that must be 2007 to 2012. But NBA champion 2024, all NBA, all rookie, all defensive team. Al Horford got all the accolades. Plus he won. And see, and part of the problem with the NBA Hall of Fame, people will be like, well, he won 2 championships, but he only won 1 in the NBA. But this is not the NCAA Hall of Fame. This is not the National Basketball Association Hall of Fame. This is the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Your whole totality of your career fits into this. And if I'm being honest and serious, right now today, Al Horford's ranked higher. And I know Shai got an MVP and things like that, but Al Horford would rank higher for me right now. And I'm not saying Shai can't pass him. And I'm not saying I got Al Horford ranking like the top 25 or something. I got him somewhere between 50 and 100. Al Horford is in there, right?
Most definitely.
But Al Horford was the model of consistency. He was as good as any power forward. He was as tenacious as any power forward. He could put up 15 to 20 points a night. He'll grab you 8 to 11 or 12 rebounds a night in his prime. He'll block 2 or 3 shots. Like he was, and this is what I mean by the 2000s were different. In the 2000s, your power forwards were your guys to put you over the top. He played in that era. And if it wasn't for Tim Duncan, Rasheed Wallace, hell, I'd even throw Ben Wallace in there.
Yep.
Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. Like when you start to hear all the people he played with, like let me ask y'all this, right? And I know what side I'm on. Y'all might be on the opposite side, but I think y'all would agree it's a legitimate debate. Are you taking Al Horford or Horace Grant?
Oh, Al Horford all day, and I'm a
Horford.
Bulls fan. Horford all day, and I'm a Bulls fan.
And that's my point, right? And that's my point right there. They are essentially the same player. One won with Jordan, the other one won with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think y'all see why I'm getting at this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Al Horford was a better offensive player than Grant. I think it was a better.
Oh yeah,
offensive
for
player.
sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
But no, to sum all that up, I'm just people gotta pump the brakes, bruh. They
recency bias. Recency bias is what it is. Recency bias is what it is. Because SGA is the quote unquote thing to talk about right now. But let's go back and look at it. I mean, when you look at Al Horford, not only look at his numbers, but look at the professionalism he brought to play each and every night. He was never an issue as a teammate. He was always there. Even that 1 year he had in Philly, he was still the ultimate professional. That man deserves respect.
Yeah, that's true.
And here's the even bigger thing, right? And this might shock y'all, okay? For his career, right? He's above 50% field goal percentage.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's 17.8 in PER. He's 55% in effective field goal percentage. And here's the big thing, because the advanced analytics back it up too. In win shares, he's 117.3. That right there, and that's his career, not just last year. That's his whole career. That alone should tell you how effective this man was.
Mm-hmm. That's simple. That simple. Before we get these final thoughts, one last question. Y'all see Adrian Peterson get beat up?
What? Run that back?
I heard about
Y'all see Adrian Peterson get beat up? If not, I can send it to you on Instagram. I can send it to the Telegraph chat.
We saw it.
All I'm saying is, AP, you 0-2 right now. Get in the gym, dog. Get them
man.
It's not a good look. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Adrian Peterson is the epitome of too big to be this soft.
Yep.
I'm just saying, you 0-2. You might want to get in the gym and get them things up, because you might start getting ran up on by random motherfuckers, and that's not good.
He heading to what the Rudy Gobert, Carl Anthony Towns softness train. You better get ready, brother. You better get yourself ready.
You gotta get right, bro. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta get right, brother. You gotta get right.
That's all I'm saying. You gotta get right. Get them things up. Because
AP, I'm begging you, sit your ass down, bro. How you get beat by a 5'8" nigga and you over 6'2"?
Bro, that nigga put the paws on AP, bro.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. AP was eating them hoes.
He got the chin like a motherfucker.
But the fact of the matter is, nigga, you was eventually gonna get rocked.
I ain't gonna hold you. He caught him with a few of them. I was like, ooh, Adrian, keep your hands up. The dog Bob, you gotta do something. But don't just stand there and get hit.
That shows you that shows you that, and this is just my opinion, that if you would have kept your money up, you wouldn't be in that situation.
All I'm saying is,
this is my opinion.
You might want to get some things up there.
You wouldn't have to go that route if you would have kept better track of the money. Just saying.
All I'm saying is, you might want to train a little bit, get them things up there, go see Michael Jai or somebody. You feel me? Go see Floyd.
If that's the way you going, AP, get yourself ready.
And because all I'm saying is, you starting to reach dangerous territory to where random niggas in the street is just gonna walk up on you and feel like they can try you. You feel me? That's not okay. We gotta have a line between professional athlete and random nigga on the street. That's all I'm saying, AP. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, we're gonna get these final thoughts. DJ
Oh
might
my
be
gosh.
here to keep us off.
Man, y'all already know what it is. I see y'all wanting on, but I'm not boo up. Make sure you check Inside the Huddle tomorrow. Willie, you got something on Saturday, right?
Yeah, we're doing a Geek Gauntlet podcast on Saturday. We got a lot to talk about, man. We're gonna go over that Superman movie. We're gonna go over a couple of battles I got lined up for Saturday with my combo with boy Tyler. We got a lot going on, so definitely check us out. 10 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.
Yes, sir.
There y'all know. There you go. You already know what it is. Monday we'll be back here for B2B. You got Moo, you got Troy, you got Boo Wop. Of course, Wednesday you got me, GQ, Outlaw, Gent, maybe Moo. You never know when Moo gonna pass through. Nobody does more shows than Moo at this point. And then of course Thursday, y'all already know what it is. Meet us right back here.
I mean, you doing now, Moo?
Oh, my bad. Oh, I forgot the most important one. Obviously, tomorrow you got Inside the Huddle where they talk they ish all week, or over everything that went on all week. You got Moo, you got Picante, aka Mel. You never know if I come through and cook Mel because I'm very known for cooking Mel. That nigga don't know what he be talking about most of the. Nah, I'm just joking. Mel know what he got going on, but I be cooking him though. I really do. Moo will tell you I cook Mel all the time. The problem is when I come on that show, Moo talk a lot. I be like, damn, I ain't got shit else to say. But I be cooking Mel because Mel think with his he think with his emotion. It's okay. Come and dismantle that. I'm gonna hand it off to Willie.
Real quick on Mondays, y'all, right after they do their thing over here, come join me over on Wire to Wire for the Sports Report podcast. We talk everything, football, basketball, baseball. Hell, we even had a conversation about softball not too long ago, so definitely check us out over there. Then you can check me out Monday and Tuesday mornings on Wire to Wire for the Coffee and Sports Morning Show. I'll be over there either hosting or moderating. And this show right here on Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern on my side of town. And then of course the Geek Gauntlet podcast Saturdays at 10, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Y'all heard what my fella said.
And fuck Rob Manfred.
That's what I was waiting for. Y'all heard what my boy said. No need to repeat it. Make sure you keep tapping in. We can keep bringing out this dope ass content. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all next week. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Girl, you